Right, everyone. So this is literally my first ever like YouTube video. I've been debating on this for a while, but I thought I'd push myself now to do it. Um, I thought maybe I should wait till 2025, but I just said, why don't I just get started now? Um, I don't care what people think. I don't care if my videos start off by not getting loads of views. I don't care. It's something that I'm passionate and do want to do. I think I have a lot of opinions that I want to voice out. Um, this channel, we're just going to really be talking about just life advice, reacting to stuff, just kind of talking about what's chatting around on like social media, like TikTok and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, stay tuned. I don't want to waste too much of your time. Today I'm going to talk about, does pretty privilege really exist? We've got a video here I haven't reacted to it to before. It's called Guy Pretty Privilege. It was uploaded 5 months ago and it already has 1.3 million views. So I'm just going to break this down and try to see what the video is saying and if I agree with what it's saying or not. So without wasting your time, let's get started.
The amount of stuff you can get away with
Right.
if you're attractive is literally so insane. And everyone talks about women pretty privilege, but no one ever talks about guy pretty privilege.
I always appreciate it when women understand the different ways that they treat different types of men. Guy pretty privilege is another word for hypergamy. So, first of all, I'd like to thank her for noticing. And second of all, I have a few stories for you.
Now, I just want to start off by saying, right, do I think pretty privilege exists? As a guy who used to not really be attractive and now I'm a bit more attractive, I'm not going to say I'm a supermodel or anything, but I have had people say I'm attractive. I will say that it does exist, but not at the magnitude of people, like the level that people do say it is. But I think it just does actually exist. There's a thing called the halo effect, which is basically the perception that people who are more attractive are like better people. So there's that, and I'm pretty sure that's like scientifically proven. So
To try to encourage you to maybe move up a few notches if possible. But first, listen to how she understands. It's therapeutic.
I think if the unattractive guys tried to do the things that attractive guys did to girls, they would be called out for harassment.
Yeah, exactly. This girl from an old video said, don't catcall me unless you're attractive, and then she said it was a joke, which means it's kinda true.
But if an attractive guy did what unattractive guys did, it would be considered cute.
This
to be honest, I do agree. I think if but it's that pretty privilege. I just think from the dawn of time, like if an ugly guy approaches a girl and she's probably gonna get away with me, but she's attracted to him, then she's obviously gonna feel more comfortable. I don't know if like that's whole like, oh pretty privilege. I just think it's just women biology. Do you know what I mean?
I had a crush on this girl when I was 11, and she pretty much ignored me until after college when I lost weight and got in shape.
Okay, guys. There's something very concerning about this, right? She's 11, man. This is the thing. This is why I'm saying like this is why I wanted to make this channel because I'm gonna teach you reality because this is ridiculous, bro. He's literally wrote down that they were 11, and now he's like, oh, when I was 25, I'm more attractive. Like, my God, literally 11, bro. Like, 14 years later, and like, who cares? No offense, but who genuinely cares? Um, I don't want to say too much at the start, but I think the whole thing is just kind of a bit of BS because listen, if you're like a four and you date a four, then you're gonna be treated the same by a woman that's an eight dating an eight. Do you get what I mean? So you not being attractive does not mean that women are gonna treat you better. Maybe as a whole, but most of the time you're just gonna end up dating in your range anyways. If that makes sense. Probably haven't made it clear, but
And she sent me a suggestive message on Facebook where she saw my pictures, and we began a certain kind of relationship. And eventually, she let me know that she had been cheating on a different guy with me. And I said, well, that's a bad idea. You should probably either have a boyfriend or have fun, and you should pick one. And so she did. She got rid of him and said, now we can be together. And I said, well, that's not
mm,
part of the deal. This guy's just gonna be me later. And she said, oh darn, and continued seeing me anyway. And also, I had no money and she had money, so she paid for everything.
But guys, this is a bunch of rubbish. This is very immature adults doing this. This is things I expect from teenagers. So this is why I want to make this account, because again, I'm gonna keep it real. This whole sleeping around, or you know, she's having other men and this is ridiculous, man. You need to keep your sexual energy safe, because it's an energy, bro. Like, you can't just, it's the most intimate thing you can do with a human. You can't just be giving it to every other person. Do you know what I mean? I'm waiting till marriage. Do you know what I mean? I'm not expecting everyone to wait till marriage because I'm religious, but this is rubbish. Don't do this.
While I continued to see other girls on the side. That's how much difference this can make. If you can cross this line, you're gonna experience quite a big power differential.
Unattractive guys have to be more slow about it. They have to be more nonchalant and sneaky about hitting on a girl.
Sneaky, okay, we used to call that getting to know someone. When you're familiar with somebody, it becomes easier to create that bond. And maybe you, as an individual, can work your way out of it, but you can't have everyone works their way out of it. Because if they did, and everybody became more attractive, women would just reevaluate this into another one of these. There would be 80%.
I get what he's saying, but I think with genetics, not everyone can be deemed as attractive. That's just not the way God made people. There's some people who, unfortunately, no matter how much they do skincare, um, get a good hairstyle, get a good physique, they're still going to be ugly, unfortunately. So, that's just never going to happen. So we don't have to worry about that.
Of the guys who made it would be reevaluated into the didn't make it zone. And those guys have no choice. They have to get familiar with women first. Otherwise, they just get completely left out. And that's why the world is looking more and more like this. People don't get to know each other anymore. And if you try, women will call it sneaky. That's the one thing she said that I didn't like.
They also can't be arrogant and rude, where a lot of attractive guys get away with being rude.
That's me. I used to be rude. I was so bitter after I found out.
Do you know what? I kind of, I have to agree. You know what I mean? As much as I do not want to, like I say, I think when you are deemed as more attractive, you do genuinely get away with more stuff. I have to agree. That's just the way it is for a lot of women these days. You know what I mean? If someone can move to you, you get called a creep if you're ugly, if you're handsome, and he's smooth. He's confident. But if it's an ugly guy, he's pushy and he's a creep. So I low key do have to agree. It's not all women, for most part is.
Out the difference between how people treat you when you move from here to here, that I actually made a game out of what is the rudest thing that I can say to someone who I know already likes me before she doesn't like me anymore, and I never found it. I wrote a few of them down, but I don't feel safe showing you. I played other games too. I once met a girl on the computer. I went to her place 3 times.
I'm gonna skip this bit, but this is the most important thing because I think he's just chatting rubbish again. The problem with all of this, right? I think improving your looks is very, very important, but at the same time, because they're talking about, oh, you can get away with this, you can say this. But if I call a woman like you're a slutty whore, right, and I say that to a woman, and she deems me attractive and she just sweeps it under the rug, that's not a good woman. That's not a good woman. So using these examples, it does not make any sense. If you know that you want a woman with dignity, she loves herself, she's confident in herself, she's not going to tolerate that whether you're attractive or unattractive. That's my point. Do you know what I mean? Like, this whole thing of like, it doesn't talk about, are you going to actually get a quality type of woman? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's loads of attractive women. There's loads of attractive women. You can't get enough. Can't get enough. Like, I live in Newcastle. There's trust me, there's a lot of attractive girls. But how many of them have this? How many of them are smart? Most of them are bops. I'm not gonna lie, most of them are bops. So if you're in relations with a woman who you're just gonna say stuff to, she's gonna follow along. It's not a high quality woman. You've got quite a low quality woman there. So I don't know how to describe it.
I didn't want to offend you. Like I was gonna say, whoa, you're moving a little
I'm gonna
fast,
just
aren't we?
skip past
No,
this
I'm not
'cause he's
encouraging any
chatting
of this
shit.
behavior. This is
Okay, we'll go
degenerate.
here.
The only reason I did it is because I was
Sorry.
bitter because I couldn't be liked without being likable. I didn't want to put in the work to get out of this area, and when I finally did, I still felt like this on the inside, and I said, oh, now it's my turn to do this to someone else, and that's not what we need more of. That kind of stuff just goes back into the dating pool and makes everybody more miserable and harder to deal
I have
with.
to agree
The
with
difference
that.
between
I have
an
to agree with
attractive
that. I'm not gonna
guy
lie.
and an attractive girl is like so different. An attractive girl sometimes like they don't get guys. They get rejected because people get jealous of them or they're really intimidated or they're jealous. And it's just really hard to be an attractive girl. But for an attractive guy, literally it's like living on the red carpet with silver platters of opportunities handed to you constantly.
Bullshit. Bullshit. In fact, I think it's the opposite way around. And the reason I say it's not the same with women is because there's just so many desperate men. Women always have access to guys. Because guys these days are just have no self worth. They'll just fly at anything. They have no standards. But women nowadays are more picky and choosy than ever. And there's not a lot of pool of great men. So that's why I say it's the opposite way around.
Well, not job
Fuck.
opportunities. This was roughly my attractive era from here to here, and this was my net worth. And then I had nothing, and now I have internet money. But yeah, she's not wrong. This is an easier position in the market than this. It's easier to get what you want. Now, I wish we could get away from this app style of dating and back to the classics, but I don't know how we're gonna do that. This might even get worse. At least people are starting to get it. But for now, if you are not working on yourself, you are potentially giving up a lot of power. Just don't misuse it when you get it, or you'll eventually turn into me, but without the internet money.
Okay, one thing I can respect from this guy is that he basically said that he's miserable. The stuff that he does, like the whole shagging and getting with multiple women, he literally said it makes him miserable. I respect him for that because a lot of guys make this illusion that sleeping with loads of women, you'll feel good. No, you will not feel good about yourself. You will not feel good about yourself. So I'm very pleased that he's made that clear. W for him. Just to make a conclusion, I think yes, it's very important working on your looks. I say everyone should work on their looks. In my opinion, I think the only things you can work on is your hair, skincare, physique, and your overall character. But if we're talking physical, skin, hair, physique, maybe braces if you want to pay money for them. It's the only way. All this other looks, marks and shit is rubbish. And I do think that looks are only significantly that important if you're just going to go sleeping around, really. I think if you're attractive and you're just getting women flaunting at you, how many of them are quality women? Did you ever think about that? Because not all attention's good attention, do you understand? So, as I've got more attractive, more women are attracted to me, but it doesn't change anything because a lot of them aren't good for me. I don't talk to a lot of women. If I wanted to, like, I could go and just be with all these girls and just do madness, but I choose not to because they just mess with your energy. You don't need that, and that's why I want to make this account just to keep it 100 with you guys. Because, bro, I'm telling you, the most miserable people are guys who sleep around with multiple women, bro. Or what? Corn. Sorry, I'm gonna have to edit that out because of YouTube. But it's not it. So yes, looks will get you access to more women, but at the same time, it's your character. Are you masculine? Are you caring? Are you emotionally available to take care of a woman? Because for quality women, looks aren't enough, bro. She's gonna be like, okay, you're handsome, but what else? You've got money, but what else? But a lot of you guys want looks just so you can shag. Really? Is that it? Is that what you want your life to be? Your purpose is to get more attractive so you can shag more lasses? Is that what you want? So to answer the question, does pretty privilege exist? Yes, pretty privileges exist. I do feel like with me being more attractive, I do think, but it's not a lot. That's my point. It's really not a lot. It's not as much as ugly people or people who think they're not attractive is. It's